General, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. We really appreciate you taking the time.
Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
Now, what are you going to be talking about this morning?
Well, I'm going to be sitting on a panel this morning that is going to discuss the definition of post-traumatic stress and whether or not in the new DSM we should drop the D, which stands for disorder, and replace it with an I, which stands for injury.
How big an issue do you think this is?
I think it's a huge issue. I think it's an unquantifiable issue. One will never totally know the number, but I view the D as a barrier to care for a certain portion of the population that does not want to be classified as having a disorder.
Why is that?
Well, they feel that somehow it makes them seem like a weaker person. There's a stigma involved in all behavioral health issues, and in this one in particular. You can't really ask the people who are seeking help whether this is a problem because they've gotten past that. My concern is this large population, very, very large population, that is out there that has not got past that and is not seeking the help that they need.
What's your message for this audience? What can this audience do to help?
Well, I would hope we would really understand that we've been fighting a war now for 10 years, over 10 years, with an all-volunteer force in a very nonlinear fashion. I think the percentage of soldiers returning with post-traumatic stress because of that kind of war, and because this is an all-volunteer force with people who have been on multiple deployments, that we need to do everything we can to take away the barriers to care. When they are hurting, we need them to come in and get help. And by dropping the D and replacing it with an I think we will get many, many more to come in and get the help that they need.
What do you think, in terms of society as a whole, what do you think society can do to help returning veterans?
I think this applies to everyone. It's not just soldiers. If you're in a tornado alley and have your house blown from around you and your child or you thrown into a field, that's a traumatic event. And I don't think it's a disorder to have a reaction to that. I don't think it's a disorder for a woman who is sexually assaulted to later develop problems that she has to cope with. And to turn and indicate to her that those problems are because she has a disorder, on the face of it, just doesn't seem right to me.
Well, General, thank you very much indeed for joining us today. It's a really interesting subject and we wish you all the best with it. Thank you.
Thank you.